Everyone, we are back. Tom Tar Deepcraft. So let's get into this. Alright. Alright, here comes our first boss. Well, not really a boss, but... I guess he kind of can be used as a boss, actually. I need healing. You guys focus on me. Hey, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Just doing some more Final Fantasy 14. You get back over here. Yeah, there we go. Aim for me. No, you aim for me. That's what I thought. That's good, man. I need healing. Alrighty. It's not a new game. I'm actually not new to the game. I'm new to tanking in this game, which I'm doing now. I have streamed it before, but I've never like finished it, so I thought I'd just do another one here. And actually stream this one because we have a new expansion coming to this game with a new class called the Reaper. So I'm going to be making this guy the future Reaper in this game with that brand new class. But I gotta get to level 70 of another class. I gotta get to level 70 before I can actually unlock that. Guys, aim for me. Aim for me only. Just aim for me. nobody else. Just for me. Alrighty. Alright. The healer needs to stay back. Like, the healer is literally getting right in the middle of the action. We got the rosary. The light of the cultist orb fades. Oh! And that is how you do it! So these I can't use. Can't use that. Alrighty. Level is no longer synced. We did good though. We did good. So, we're gonna go back to New Gridania. Alrighty. We gotta go back and speak with Mother Mion. Welcome back, Ryuk. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deep Craft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Baderon's ringing endorsement left me a little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Balor Lurin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point, Avir's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bottled out a rage before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Brah! To the hell with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it better be soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing. But you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel as this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Avir's head. Bury it. Cremate it. Do whatever the hells you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone. Please. I'm so sorry, Avir. Please forgive me. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send men like you on the mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much, at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Udall. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. Alrighty.
So you're not averse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi and the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultan's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now, off you go, Ryuk, and good luck. Alright, we're going to Ul'dah. And then we're going to turn to the Aetheryte as well, because there's an Aetheryte on the way called, I think it's Horizon, if I remember. In Western Thanalan? Yeah, it's a Western Thanalan. I think it's called Horizon, if I'm not mistaken. But we have to talk. Oh, I don't think we're actually going there quite yet. Okay, never mind. We're not going there quite yet, I don't think. I think we will be heading that way, though, soon. But we're not going there yet. You go to the Quicksand first. Welcome to the Quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Wait, judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for ale. Are you called Ryuk San La Muerte, by any chance? Mion sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all this way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? The petitioner ought to be arriving at any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under the sun, and I would have been set afire. A 10-yard of ale, if you'd be so kind. Excellent timing, Papa-san. It just so happens that the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. So this strapping young lad is the much-lauded adventurer he is. Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, good sir. I am Papa-san, formerly of the Salt Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you like to apprise Ryuk of his mission? Yes, of course. The petitioner's question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine in Amagina and Sun's Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at the Copper Bell mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are the clan known as the Ffxiv, fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layers of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners plied their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about the treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and the presence has forced the suspicions of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the Ffxiv to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as it offs the way of such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Ffxiv, our ancestors inducted the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copper Bell in the Mithril Eye of a fortnight or so ago. It said that the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed! And that makes them danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell, so look as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. God bless you. I fear you might have reservations, but I assure you it was for the best. In case you didn't know, Copperbell mines are on Rested Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? Ah, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagina and Sons is presented at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Now we got Reprisal. Oh, here's Painted Mesa. Looking for Painted Mesa. You found him. So you're the Avenger who volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I just say you've got skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down here. The Ictoncheers left the place in the right state, and nearly a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second UI dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rocks for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One string of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches keep watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight in the air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nations resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Alright, so now we gotta go rest in Thanalan. I discovered a new location. I think eventually it'll be quicker, but actually, you know what? I think I'll go through Ul'dah. It'll be a little long walk, but we'll get there. We're gonna go through Ul'dah, we'll go this way. Alrighty. I'm gonna attune to that aetheryte ray over there too.
Alright. So we're gonna go this way. And we're gonna go to that aetheryte way over there first. And then we'll go over to the Copper Belt Mines. And we're gonna end up stopping it right there at the Copper Belt Mines, because that's another raid we're gonna be going through. So I'll probably stop it there for a while and just take a little break. We're just gonna follow this path, it'll take us right there. I think it's right behind that big structure right there. I think it's where the aetheryte's at, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Copperbelt Mines is that way. Those are the mines right there, that's the entrance. But we're gonna go here first and then turn to this aetheryte. We're at level 22, so we're actually making it there. So this is Horizon. This is what I was talking about earlier in Rest of Thanaland. This is Horizon right here. So we're going to tune to the aetheryte. We'll set as home point as well over here. Alright. So that way if I ever die in this area, anywhere in Rest of Thanaland, or even in Central Thanaland, and I have this set to my home point, it will take me right back to here if I use the return spell. So. Alright, so here we go. This is where the Copperbelt Mines are right here. This is the entrance. There it is right there, on the big piles of rock. Are these guys hostile? Don't seem hostile. And here's the entrance. This is where we go through right there. Right through there. There's been an incident inside Copperbelt Mines. We are here to ensure that effects are contained, but for your own safety I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You only ventured who volunteered to quell the Hackathon cheers? I didn't think that Papa Shan would be able to find someone so quickly. If at all. The Giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can, and enter at your will. Alright guys, well, we're going to stop it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Ffxiv content videos, and I will see you all in the next one. I will be taking a little break for a while, but I'll get back into this later on today. See you guys.